In the vibrant and bustling city of Agrabah, a young street rat named Aladdin lived a life of adventure and survival. Though he was poor, his heart was rich with kindness and dreams of a better future. Aladdin's only companion was his loyal monkey, Abu, who shared in his daily escapades. One day, while exploring the marketplace, Aladdin's eyes met those of a beautiful young woman. She was dressed simply, but her grace and elegance were unmistakable. This was no ordinary girl. She was Princess Jasmine, disguised to explore the city freely and escape the confines of the palace. As Aladdin and Jasmine wandered through the marketplace, they found themselves drawn to each other, sharing laughter and stories. However, their happiness was short-lived when palace guards, recognizing Jasmine, tried to capture her for leaving the palace unescorted. Aladdin, quick-witted and brave, helped her escape, only to be caught himself and thrown into the dungeon. While imprisoned, Aladdin met a mysterious old man who revealed the existence of a hidden cave filled with unimaginable treasures. Desperate for freedom, Aladdin agreed to help the old man retrieve a magical lamp from the Cave of Wonders. Little did he know, the old man was actually Jafar, the Sultan's wicked advisor, in disguise. Inside the cave, Aladdin found the lamp but was betrayed by Jafar, who left him trapped. In his despair, Aladdin rubbed the lamp, and to his astonishment, a magical genie appeared. The genie, jovial and larger than life, granted Aladdin 3 wishes. With his first wish, Aladdin asked to become a prince, hoping to win Jasmine's heart and save his city. Now disguised as Prince Ali, Aladdin returned to Agrabah in a grand procession, dazzling everyone, including Princess Jasmine. Despite his new appearance and riches, Jasmine remained skeptical, sensing something familiar in him. Over time, however, Aladdin's genuine kindness and bravery shone through, and Jasmine began to fall in love with him, not for his wealth, but for his heart. Meanwhile, Jafar, still scheming to seize the throne, discovered Aladdin's true identity and the lamp's secret. He stole the lamp and commanded the genie to make him the most powerful sorcerer in the world. With his new powers, Jafar took control of Agrabah, imprisoning the Sultan and Jasmine. Aladdin, determined to save Jasmine and the kingdom, infiltrated the palace with the help of Abu and the magic carpet. A fierce battle ensued, with Jafar using his dark magic against Aladdin. However, Aladdin's quick thinking and courage outmatched Jafar's power. He tricked Jafar into wishing to become an all-powerful genie himself, trapping him in a lamp forever. With Jafar defeated, the genie was freed from his servitude by Aladdin's final wish. The kingdom of Agrabah was restored, and the Sultan, recognizing Aladdin's bravery and noble heart, decreed that Jasmine could marry whomever she chose. Jasmine, choosing love over tradition, chose Aladdin. Together, they embarked on a new journey, ruling Agrabah with justice and compassion, ensuring that their love and the magic of the genie would be remembered for generations to come.
In the crystal-clear waters of Coral Cove, a vibrant and bustling underwater community thrived. Among the many inhabitants, there was a young shark named Finn. Unlike other sharks, Finn was kind-hearted and adventurous, always curious about the world beyond his familiar reef. Coral Cove was a place of breathtaking beauty, with colorful corals, schools of shimmering fish, and hidden caves filled with secrets. The underwater city was protected by an ancient and powerful artifact, known as the Pearl of the Ocean. This pearl maintained harmony and balance in the cove, ensuring that all its inhabitants lived in peace. One day, a dark presence was felt in the waters. A menacing creature known as Korg, the deep-sea dragon, had awoken from his slumber in the abyssal trench. Korg had heard of the pearl's power and sought to claim it for himself, threatening to plunge Coral Cove into darkness. When the news of Korg's approach reached Coral Cove, the residents were filled with fear. The elders called for a meeting, and it was decided that someone brave and strong must venture to the abyssal trench to confront Korg and protect the pearl. Finn, despite his youth, volunteered for the perilous mission, determined to save his home and friends. Accompanied by his loyal friends, a clever octopus named Ollie and a speedy seahorse named Spark, Finn set out on his journey. The trio swam through vibrant coral gardens, over underwater mountains, and through dark, mysterious caverns, facing various challenges along the way. Their first obstacle was the jellyfish forest, a maze of pulsating, glowing jellyfish that could sting with a single touch. Using his agility and Ollie's clever tactics, Finn navigated through the forest unscathed. Next, they encountered the Siren's Lagoon, where enchanting mermaids sang melodies that lured unsuspecting creatures into dangerous whirlpools. Spark's speed and Finn's determination helped them escape the Siren's trap. Finally, they reached the abyssal trench, a deep and foreboding chasm that seemed to go on forever. At its bottom lay Korg's lair, a dark and eerie cave filled with the dragon's hoarded treasures. Summoning all his courage, Finn confronted Korg. The dragon was massive and terrifying, with scales as dark as the night and eyes that glowed with malice. A fierce battle ensued. Finn and his friends fought valiantly, using their wits and teamwork to outmaneuver Korg. Just as the battle seemed lost, Finn remembered the pearl's legend. Only a heart pure of intent could truly harness its power. With a final, desperate move, Finn tricked Korg into striking the pearl, which unleashed a brilliant burst of light, banishing the dragon back into the depths from which he came. With Korg defeated, the pearl's light restored peace and harmony to Coral Cove. Finn and his friends returned as heroes, celebrated by all the inhabitants. The elders, recognizing Finn's bravery and pure heart, entrusted him with the guardianship of the pearl, ensuring that Coral Cove would remain safe for generations to come. Finn's adventure had shown that even the most unlikely heroes could rise to the occasion, and that true strength lay not in size or power, but in courage, kindness, and the bonds of friendship.
In a cozy burrow under a large oak tree, lived a clever rabbit named Ruby. Ruby was known throughout the forest for her intelligence and curiosity. She loved to read books, especially those about magic and mysteries. One evening, as Ruby was organizing her bookshelf, she discovered an old, dusty book she had never seen before. The book was titled, The Secrets of the Magical Garden. Intrigued, Ruby opened it and found a map to a hidden garden said to be filled with enchanted plants and mystical creatures. Determined to find this magical garden, Ruby set out early the next morning, following the map's instructions. Her journey led her through the heart of the forest, across sparkling streams, and up steep hills. Along the way, she encountered a friendly deer named Dashiell. "Where are you going, Ruby?" Dashiell asked. "I'm on a quest to find the magical garden," Ruby replied, showing Dashiell the map. Dashiell's eyes widened. "I've heard legends about that place. Be careful, Ruby. The path is not easy." With Dashiell's well wishes, Ruby continued her journey. She navigated through thick, tangled vines and climbed over large, mossy rocks. As she approached the spot marked on the map, she noticed an unusual glow in the distance. Ruby followed the light and soon found herself at the entrance of the magical garden. The garden was breathtaking, with flowers that shimmered in the sunlight and plants that whispered secrets to the wind. In the center of the garden was a large, ancient tree with a door carved into its trunk. Curiosity piqued, Ruby approached the tree and opened the door. Inside, she found a cozy room filled with ancient books and scrolls. An old, wise rabbit named Elderberry greeted her. "Welcome, Ruby," Elderberry said with a warm smile. "I've been expecting you. How do you know my name?" Ruby asked, astonished. "This garden has chosen you," Elderberry explained. "It appears to those who seek knowledge and have a pure heart. You have proven yourself worthy." Elderberry showed Ruby around the garden, teaching her about the magical plants and their unique properties. There were flowers that could heal wounds, vines that could create music, and trees that could tell stories of the past. Ruby spent several days in the magical garden, learning all she could. She knew that with this newfound knowledge, she could help the animals of the forest in ways she had never imagined. Before she left, Elderberry gave her a small pouch filled with enchanted seeds. "Plant these in your garden," Elderberry instructed. "They will bring a touch of magic to your home and remind you of your journey." Ruby thanked Elderberry and returned to her burrow, where she planted the enchanted seeds. Over time, her garden flourished, filled with vibrant magical plants that brought wonder and joy to all who visited. From that day on, Ruby used her knowledge and the magic of her garden to help her friends and neighbors. She became known as the wise and kind rabbit who could solve any problem and bring a bit of magic into everyone's lives. And so, Ruby lived happily ever after, always seeking new adventures and sharing the wonders of the magical garden with those around her. In the quiet coastal town of Cove, a legend whispered through the generations spoke of a mermaid named Nara. Unlike the typical mermaid tales of beauty and allure, Nara was known for her unique ability to communicate with the creatures of the sea and her deep understanding of the ocean's secrets. Nara was born with a gift that allowed her to understand and speak every language of the sea creatures. However, this gift came with a curse. She could not speak to humans. This curse was placed upon her by the sea witch Morgana, who envied Nara's pure heart and sought to keep her isolated from the human world. One day, a young fisherman named Aladdin discovered Nara trapped in a fishing net. As he freed her, he noticed her unique scales that shimmered with a rainbow hue and her eyes that held the depths of the ocean. Though Nara couldn't speak to him, she communicated through gestures and the marine life around them. Aladdin, intrigued and enchanted, visited the cove daily, learning to understand her silent language. A massive storm, unlike any seen before, began to brew over Cove. The townspeople, fearing for their lives, sought refuge, but the storm's ferocity grew by the hour. Nara knew this was Morgana's doing, a punishment for breaking the isolation. She had to act. Nara and Aladdin embarked on a perilous journey to Morgana's lair deep in the abyssal trench. Along the way, they faced many trials, aided by Nara's sea creature friends. They encountered a wise old turtle who provided guidance, a playful dolphin that showed them hidden paths, and a fierce shark that protected them from dangers. Upon reaching Morgana's lair, Nara confronted the sea witch. Morgana, seeing Nara's determination, proposed a challenge. If Nara could solve the riddle of the trench, Morgana would lift the curse. If she failed, Aladdin would be lost to the ocean forever. The riddle was a complex one, involving the ancient lore of the sea. Drawing upon her deep knowledge and the wisdom of the creatures, Nara solved the riddle. Morgana, true to her word but bitterly, lifted the curse. Nara was finally able to speak to Aladdin. However, instead of seeking revenge, Nara showed Morgana kindness, offering her a chance to use her powers for good. Morgana, moved by Nara's compassion, agreed and vowed to protect the oceans henceforth. With the curse lifted and the storm dissipated, Nara and Aladdin returned to Cove as heroes. Nara chose to stay close to the shore, bridging the gap between the sea and the land, teaching the townspeople about the importance of the ocean and its inhabitants. Aladdin became her devoted partner, together fostering a new era of harmony between humans and the sea. And so the legend of Nara, the mermaid of Cove, lived on, a tale of courage, compassion, and the unbreakable bond between different worlds.